Hello, children. We are now in our English subject, Quarter 1, Module 8, Elements of a Story for Grade 2 pupils. Let's start. What I need to know. This module was designed and written with you in mind. It is here to help you master the elements of a story. The scope of this module permits it to be used in many different learning situations. The language used recognizes the diverse vocabulary level of students. The lessons are arranged to follow the standard sequence of the course. After going through this module, you are expected to identify and discuss the elements of a story, the theme, setting, characters, and events. Second, recognize where the story happened. Third, complete the missing parts, which are the character, setting, events, and theme of the story map by drawing. Fourth, create a story map to complete the elements of the story, the theme, setting, characters, and events. And lastly, number 5, order the events from beginning, middle, and end. What I know. Match the word in column A to its correct meaning in column B by using a connecting line. Use a separate, or you will answer here just in the module. So these are the column A and the column B. For column A, we have the setting, character, events, theme. For column B, letter A, it can be a person, animal, or thing that plays the action in the story. Letter B, this is the happenings in the story from the beginning, middle, and end. C, this is the idea of the moral lesson of the story. And letter D, it is the time and place where the story happens. So let's just have a short discussion about the elements of the story. We have number 1, characters. The characters of the story refer to the persons, animals, or things that are present in the story. Sa Bisaya pa, ang characters mauni ang mga tao, pwedeng tao, hayop, mga butang, nga anaa diha sa istorya. Characters. Second, setting. The setting refers to a place or the time where the story happens. Sa Bisaya pa, asa nahitabo ug kanusa nahitabo ang istorya. Maunay pasabot sa setting. Third, events. The events are the happenings in the story. The beginning, the middle, and the end. Sa Bisaya, mauni ang mga panghitabo sa istorya. Adunay sinugdanan, tunga-tunga sa istorya, ug ang katapusan niini. So, mauna ang events. Ikaupat, theme. Theme. This is the idea or the moral lesson of the story. Sa Bisaya, diri makita kung unsa ang makatunan nato sa istorya, unsa nga leksyon ang atong makatunan. So, mauna ang pasabot sa theme. Okay? So, now you can answer now this activity by putting a connecting line to the correct answer. So, do not forget the elements of the story. We have the characters, setting, events, and theme. Next, elements of the story. All stories contain elements. These include the setting, the character, and the events and the theme. What's in activity number 1? Read a story about the BCB and identify the action words by writing your answer on the sheet of. So just answer here. The BCB by Anthony M. Castro. In a beautiful garden, a bee is busy looking for food, but the bee sees a butterfly trapped in a spider web. The butterfly is crying for help. The bee flies towards the butterfly and helps it escape from the web. The butterfly is happy and glad. It thanks the bee and flies back to its home. So now you have to identify the action words, mga lihok. Just encircle your answer. So number 1, bee sees web. Number 2, glad, help, home. And number 3, flies, beautiful, home. So you answer it. What's new? Activity 2, early vacation. This time we will read a story with the title Early Vacation. But before that, we need to know first the meaning of the words in the box. So, direction. Look for word that depicts the picture. Write your answer here on the blank. So we have the words sick, virus, comforted, news, vacation. So just write these words to its correct picture. So where can we find there the word sick? Then the virus, comforted, news, vacation. So answer here on the blank. Next, what is it? So let me read to you the story. Listen carefully. Early Vacation by Anthony M. Castro. It was an evening of March 14, 2020. Tonton and his parents were resting and watching the news in their home. The news stated that Davao City suspended all classes and everyone was advised to stay at home to get rid of the virus and be sick. Tonton asked her mother if his school is included. His mother said yes, and he felt sad because he will not see his friends anymore. His mother comforted him by hugging him. During the early vacation, Tonton's mother taught him to do household chores and prepare food. They also planted vegetables in their backyard so that they could have fresh and healthy food. Before bedtime, he and his family prayed together that the virus would be gone soon so that everything would be back to normal. Did you like the story? Did you know that story has 4 elements? So here it is now. These include the setting, the characters, the events, and the theme of the story. So we will discuss now the elements of the story. First, the setting. Setting is simply the place where the story takes place and the time when the story happens. So, this refers to the place and time. Setting refers to the place and time where the story happens. So just like in the story, recall the setting of the story early vacation and look at the picture beside this box as an example. So look at here, the setting of the story. The family is watching the news in their home. So where did the story happen? Yes, in their home. Next, character is the person or sometimes an animal or thing that plays an action in. So is refers to it could be a person, it could be animals, or it could be things. Okay? Example, the mother, the father, and the son are praying together. So here, the persons in the story are mother, father, and son. So, muna sila ang character. Okay? Next. Events. Events are the series of things or actions that happen in the story. So, events are the happenings. Happenings in the story. So, what happens? Naa siya'y beginning. So good. Naa siya'y middle. Then, end. Okay? So, example in the story, take a look at the diagram below about what happened to the beginning, middle, and end of the story. So, beginning. So, first, the family watch on the news in the television. The middle. So, Tonton's mother taught him how to plant vegetables. And then, in the end, the family prayed together that the virus will be gone soon and everything will be back to normal. So, these are the happenings in the stories. Okay? And lastly, the theme. The theme is the message. Message, the moral lesson, or the moral lesson in the story, or it could also be the idea. It could be about hope, love for parents, school, and more. So in the story of early vacation, what do you think is the message or the moral lesson? So the pictures below are lessons that you can learn from the picture. So what are the lessons that we can learn from the story? It is all about hope. Dili mawalan og pag-asa. Kay nagpray gihapon sila nga mabalik sa normal tanan. And then the eagerness to learn. 'Di ba? Si Tonton, tudloan siya sa iyang mama pag trabaho, paghimo sa mga buluhaton sa balay, pagtanom, o 'di ba? Gusto kaayo makahibalo si Tonton. So mao na ang lesson. Kailangan di ta mawalan og pag-asa ug permita ma naatay pirmi nga kagustuhan nga makatuon. So, hope and eagerness to learn. So, those are the elements of the story. Characters. Characters refers to the person, animals, or things. Setting, the place and the time. The events are the happenings in the story, the beginning, middle, and the end. And the theme, it could be the message, the moral lesson, and the idea of the story. So let's proceed. What's more? Identify the elements. Identify what element of the story is represented by the picture before the choices. Encircle your answer. So, just encircle your answer. Home. So, what do you think is the element is this? What element is this of the story? A, setting. B, theme. C, events. Number 2, tonton. 3, mother and son. Number 4, hope. And number 5, eagerness to learn. So just encircle your answer. Next, what I have learned. Look for me. Find the 4 elements of the story inside the puzzle and encircle the word. Then answer the questions below after finding the words. So, find these words. Characters, setting, event, and theme. Pangitaa diha og lingini. Oh, example, dara Ah, event. So, lingini na siya. Okay? Then answer the questions below. The place and time the story happens. So, sa ganito siya. The one who plays the action in the story. The series of things that happen in the story. And the moral lesson of the story. What I can do. Complete the story map. Complete the story map about the story early vacation. Draw your answer inside the box. Draw ha, drawingon ang imong answer. So, setting. Characters. So, si mother. Kinsa ang wala diri? I-drawing. Beginning. Unsa ganitong una nga panghitabo sa istorya. Unsa pud tong tunga-tunga nga nahitabo. I-drawing diha. Og ang theme. Okay? Then next, assessment. Read the story and create a story map based on the story. Draw your answer inside the box. So, diri ka mo answer. Diri ka mo butang sa imuhang answer. Gikan diri sa story. So, let's read the story. Gardening in Quarantine by Anthony M. Castro. It was 7:30 o'clock in the morning when Wenzel woke up, and she immediately woke her little sister Joanne. Last night, they agreed to help their father in the backyard to plant vegetables to have fresh and healthy food on their table. Their father already prepared the planting pot that they would use. Joanne sowed the seeds of eggplants and kangkong, while Wenzel planted tomatoes and petchay. After planting, they cleaned their hands by washing it with soap and water to get rid of germs. They thanked their father for letting them help him. The siblings could hardly wait to see their vegetables grow. They were excited to water their plants every day. So now you will answer the graph here or the story map. The setting, you draw ha, i-drawing nimo ang imong answer. Setting, asa nahitabo ang istorya? Base diri sa storya nga gardening in quarantine. Okay, you draw it. Characters, who are the characters in the story? So you draw them. Then the events, what happened first? Unang panghitabo, tunga-tunga nga panghitabo, og iwit nga panghitabo. And then the theme. Unsa ang leksyon nga nakuha nimo sa istorya? What is the moral lesson you get from the story? So you draw it here. Okay, understand? And lastly, additional activities. Number these pictures 1, 2, 3 to show the correct order of the events. Okay, so just write 1, 2, or 3 as ang una, ikaduha, o ikatulo. Then answer the questions in each box. What is the title of your favorite story? Imong paborito nga istorya ha, sa imong mahinumduman. Then, who are the characters in that story? Kinsa man ang mga tao ato? What is the setting of that story? Asa man to nahitabo? Who are the events in the story, or what are the events? What ni what? What are the events and the story? Unsa man panghitabo atong istorya nga paborito nimo? And who is the theme? What is the theme of that story? Unsa ang tema, ang moral lesson? Okay, so we are finished. You continue answering now your module. Thank you, children. Bye.